Here is another one of my purchases that I have been waiting on for a while, and I got this really pretty palette. It is by KURETAKE. It's the GANSAI TAMBI Starry colors. And I have had my eye on these for a while now. I originally wanted the fine tech ones, but I found that they were quite expensive, and I have heard good things about KURETAKE, so I went and purchased these ones instead, and I got these for about $20 Australian. We'll open it up and I'll show you the colors if you are not familiar with these at all. There they are. There's a better look at the colors. So we have a blue gold, we have a red gold, we have a yellow gold, a champagne gold, a light gold, and a white gold. And they are very, very pretty. They look very, very nice. And they come in these little plastic tubs. That's what I'm going to be using today in an illustration, and I feel like doing something pretty today. I really do. Let's do something nice for a change and use these beautiful colors that I've just bought. These are some really pretty colors. Like, I must admit, my favorite is the yellow gold. I don't know how this one's a blue gold. I'm not seeing any hints of blue in it, but please let me know if I'm being a complete amateur in this, because I don't know. I don't know if that's just, if there's something hidden that I can't see or whatever. It's just amazing how, like, it was like the paint pens. It's amazing how these colors, the same color, can look so different on different tones of paper. Like look at these. It's like they're a different set on the white to the black. Now these colors look so much better on the black paper, hands down. Obviously the lighter colors do as well, because you can see them more naturally because the paper is black. Yeah, overall these are really, really pretty colors, and I am very, very happy with how they look. So these are my swatches that will go in the box, so I can refer to them at a later date. They're very smooth and very sparkly, so yeah, I'm very happy to sort of come up with an illustration with using, I'm not going to probably use all of these, but I'm going to select different colors. I'm going to select some of these colors and yeah, include them into an illustration. I'm not really good with human faces, so I decided to take this challenge and draw like a side profile of a woman. And I don't draw pretty women a lot. I know that there's a lot of artists out there that like to focus on drawing pretty women because of the aesthetics, and it's not my strong point, and it's not something that I like to do a lot of. So I decided to take this as an opportunity to make something pretty, I suppose you could say. This didn't turn out the way I wanted it to, but I wish that I'd sort of made a few different kind of choices. Now, I think this piece would have been better off if I didn't include the eye the way that I did because I decided that I had a brilliant idea to put two what do you call it? Two irises, I think it's the coloured part, two irises in the eye. Not a good idea. I think I should have just done the eye normal and left it at that, but I didn't. And that is, to me, that is the worst part of this piece, is that eye. Because once again, like hair, I've kind of worked out my hair, how to do hair, but I now have to move on to the eye and need to work out how to do an eyeball and an eye, because I really do suck. I really do suck at doing a nice eye. It just, I don't know, it's just never been something that I've been overly good at. So that's going to be something that I have to work on as well. But other than that, I tried to make this piece as pretty as possible, but also add some weird sort of elements to it as well. Like I added a horn, so she's like this horn creature, but what she really is a water goddess, and I made her hair. This is the only thing that sort of worked out the way that I wanted it to, was her hair. I wanted her hair to look very watery. So I tried to apply some watery sort of textures to the hair, and I feel as though it worked, and I do like her hair. I like the hair sort of at the top part, but I feel as though as it goes down to the longer parts down the bottom, I sort of neglected them a little bit and I realize that now. But other than that, I do like the hair, and yeah, I sort of tried to go in and fix the face a little bit too, because I was a little bit worried about shading on the face. I didn't know how to do that. It's another thing I've got to work on, that because I don't have a huge amount of experience in that. So yeah, shading the face, I did the best that I could. Yeah, but that's another thing that I have to work on as well. Once I applied the watercolor to her face, I sort of lost a lot of the look that she had with the pencil sketch, which sort of sucked a little bit because I really liked how she looked in that sketch. But I tried to go back over and fix it the best that I could, especially her mouth. I ended up sort of colouring in her teeth and bringing her teeth back a bit further, and all that sort of stuff, because it was just, yeah, it's just, I hate it when that happens, when sometimes you lose your idea and your pencil sketch, you really like that and you try to keep it as best as possible, but when you go and apply the watercolor over the top or whatever over the top, you just really lose a lot of that detail. And yeah, that's just what happened here. So that was another thing that I was a little bit pissed off about in that respect. It really does take a piece like this to really understand and work out where my weaknesses are when it comes to designing a human, like a near human person. It's yeah, it's something that I probably really need to delve into and work on that, because even with my monster drawings, the monster drawing foundations are human. You basically have to draw the human figure first, and then from there you modify that particular figure to how you want. You've always got to have that base there to work with. And if you don't create that base, it does get very hard, and things turn out a lot yeah, a lot worse than they really should, because of that base structure that you haven't established first. And in my sketches and in my designs, I always do this, and one day I will do a video on this, on how I do come up with a lot of my stuff, because a lot of the stuff that you don't see is behind the scenes stuff, where how I fully come up with my designs and how I structure them to get the effect that I want. So yeah, I will do a video on that one day when I'm a bit more confident that I feel as though I can show that. But yeah, I think that the gold that I added with the triangle in the background, which you can't really see, but you sort of know it is there, and the nice draped gold jewelry that she's got across her head and down her shoulders and that. I really wanted this gold jewelry to be quite antique-y looking and old, so that's why I sort of gave it a really rugged, rough look. As for the lines on the triangle, I had a really shaky hand. I could not get those lines straight. My hand was shaking way too much. I couldn't stop, but yeah, I just couldn't rein that in to get a decent line. So anyway, I will leave you with that, and this is my final piece right here, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.